Port City, coming right black at y'all with this African history, culture, and greatness. Hope y'all doing all right out there. What's up, family? What's up? Port City, coming right black at y'all with this African history, culture, and greatness. I really hope all you guys are doing all right out there. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's been a while since I've been out there. I've been in TikTok land just to, killing all of these aboriginals out here, man. Shout out to my homie Sutton. He and Earth Speaks had a debate the other night, and Sutton just tore him out the frame. For those who don't know, Earth Speaks is a TikToker that thinks that we all originated from America. He think Egypt originated in the Mayans and all of this other stuff. But anyway, shout out to my homie Sutton for debating the man and just tearing that ass up. So, I just want to give my homie a shout out. So right now, I want to do a small presentation though, okay, family? This presentation I want to do, let me see if I can close out some stuff. Sorry, family. Yeah, I want to do a presentation about rice and how rice got into the East Coast in the Carolinas. I recently made a TikTok video, and I'm gonna show you guys later. The rebuttals I got from this TikTok video was crazy, but I made a post about how rice kind of got over here in America. It was a Black woman's love for their children for survival. That's how rice got over here. And what I want to do for the family is just go over a nice little presentation. I won't bore you guys long, but I feel like it's important, and I want to put some of this information out here for the family. So if you don't mind, I'm going to try to share my screen, and we're going to talk about Black rice. That is the name of the presentation that I'm going to have for you guys, titled Black rice. Okay. So give me a minute to try to get my slides up real quick. And what I'm gonna do is try to share my screen, and we're gonna pull this thing up. All right, so we good with that. Okay. All right. So the title is West African Black Rice. Okay, and we're just gonna go over a little bit of the history of how West African rice got over here in America. Okay, so the title of this thing is West African Black Rice. We're gonna move forward to the next slide. Okay, so Judith A. Carney wrote a lot about this rice that came from West Africa. She also has a book titled Black Rice, believe it or not. But yeah, this right here is one of the early accounts in this introduction with grains in her hair, rice in colonial Brazil. It talks about how in the 1700s that a Swiss correspondent by the name of John Watts, I'm going to go ahead and read what this says. Notice that it was by a woman that rice was transplanted into the Carolinas. The oral narrative presents a contrasting perspective on the transoceanic seed transfers that took place between the 16th and 18th centuries. It substitutes the usual agents of seed dispersal celebrated in Western accounts. European navigators, colonists, and men of science with an enslaved African woman who deliberately effort to sequester grains of rice in her hair, enable her descendants to survive in the plantation societies. And I'll read it again. It was the European navigators, the colonialists, and men and women of science noticed that with an enslaved African woman who deliberately effort to sequester grains of rice in her hair, deliberately for her descendants to survival on plantations. So this was the early accounts of these Europeans noticing rice. Now, at this time, the rice production in America, it was no rice production. There was no commercialized rice production in America at all around this time. But these Europeans noticed that rice was growing on the coast of West Africa. And this particular time right here in the 1700s, this was a written account of it, okay? So I'm just kind of showing you guys just the history of the origin of how it came over here. It wasn't like they've been having a big old rice factories and all of this stuff, and they was growing rice and cultivating it, okay? Now, rice been over here, but the cultivation of rice wasn't over here before Black women. And that's the really, really important point that I'm trying to address to you guys. Now, this was oral narrative and accounts and stuff in the 1700s, just to kind of let you guys see. Next, right here, you see the slide. It's titled A Mother's Love. And right here, I'm going to break down everything about the rice and how it got over here, okay? What A Mother's Love, we talk about the West African survival techniques, things that we did during the enslavement and during the transatlantic enslavement of our people. Certain techniques that we did for survival. And one of them was putting rice in your hair so that you can plant that. So mothers would do this all the time. They would take this rice, and as soon as they touch down in land and they can get to an area, they can plant this rice and eat it whenever they have time to eat. So, you know, the rice coast was known as West Africa, right? That's why they call it the rice coast, because those Europeans at the time saw West Africans cultivating rice, and they had a lot of skilled agricultural advances over there that was unlike no other. And that's why they had to go over there and try to enslave us and pick us up, because that was the knowledge that we brought over here. But it was for our survival initially. Moving forward, I got West African slaves knew the wet rice farming system, right? This is what I'm talking about. The West Africans knew how to do this over there prior to anybody coming in contact with them. And this was a technique that was used in the ages in West Africa. Now, a mother love for her child, and you know, for the survival, sparked the whole industry. Africans grew rice only for their survival. That's all. It wasn't a cash crop until later on. Southern planters' wealth from rice. We can talk about how the British created a big old industry from the rice, from the planters and stuff like that. These were the British folks, mostly planters over here, taking advantage, making rice a cash crop. So the cash crop by 1860, rice was a cash crop. By 1860, they were exporting at least 140 million pounds of rice a year. South Carolina had, I guess, the highest percentage of women versus the Caribbean because they needed women to be able to do this, and women was really knowledgeable about doing it. Carolina Gold in South Carolina created a global market, family. So the rice was cultivated and grown on the shores of the Carolinas and bagged up and taken back to Europe. And these women, were working in the marshlands, in the swamps, pretty much, where they were in water or underwater for long periods of time. So you can only imagine what type of health risk that can occur from your feet being underwater all the time around these areas. Okay, so this is just a long, a drawn out, in labor intensive thing. It wasn't easy doing this. Okay, so in the book, Black Rice, the author again is Judy A. Carney. You guys need to pick this book up, The African Origins of Rice Cultivation in the Americas, Black Rice. This is a really good book. I'm still nose diving in it right now. Now, let's talk about the identity crisis that's going on in this country, especially on TikTok. Okay. This is when you lose your African mind. Now, I made a post about rice. I just went over a small presentation about rice. And then you can look this up and you can find these sources, and you can fact check me anytime you guys like. But, on TikTok, I get videos like this. I'm going to play this video for you guys. I hope you guys can hear it. But this is what we get. I don't even know if y'all can hear that. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. If you can't hear it, she's talking junk. She's calling me a liar. These are one of these pretendians right here. It says just lying for no reason. You see that, right? Now, I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but I'm going to let it play out. She's talking mad, mad shit. But she don't know anything. She hadn't read any of this stuff. I hope you guys can hear it. If you can't, she's talking about how can a world a mother be able to put a rice in the daughter's hair? Like she just doesn't believe that happened, pretty much. Telling me I'm lying for no damn reason, yada yada yada. But yet she thinks she's a damn Indian that was organically grown in America. See the shit we got to deal with over here. She made a long ass video and ain't have no facts. She's going off. I hope you guys can hear this. If you can't, I apologize. But she is trying to diss me and pretty much saying I'm lying for no reason about rice because I posted a video about how rice was put in women's hair for survival on plantations. I just read that shit to y'all. But this is Black identity crisis right here, is what you're witnessing. It's a Black identity crisis. I don't know if y'all can hear this or not. I can't hear it. I hope y'all can hear it. But she's going off about the whole rice and everything. She can't believe it. She cannot believe the shit. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I hope you guys heard that. But anyway, this is what we got going on in the community. We got a Black identity crisis. This is when you lose knowledge of self. You don't know who you are. You don't study your history. You develop an identity crisis, almost like a personality disorder. You tend to lose your African mind, and you identify with other cultures that are non-African. And and sometimes you brace an anti-African mindset in ways. And that's what we have with folks like this, um, other folks that we talk about as well. But I just wanted to bring that to you, family. I hope you guys can hear that. I'm gonna try to stop sharing my screen. Okay, let me get up out of here. Yeah, so that's that, family. I didn't want to keep you guys in. That was a small presentation about rice, okay, and how rice got over here from West Africa by Black women. Okay, so whenever you get a chance, go pick up the book Black Rice, if I can see that, Black Rice by Judith uh, Carney. All right. So I'm gonna come right back at y'all in a minute with this African history, culture, and greatness. I hope you guys are doing all right. Again, shout out to my homie Sutton for taking that debate on where Earth speaks. It was crazy. And I'm out.